With us now is Jerome Bettis, also known as the Bus. Who coined that phrase for you, Jerome?
Great question. It was coined at in college when I was at Notre Dame. Someone in the student body newspaper wrote an article that I reminded them of a bus, and immediately after, the student body at the game started chanting, "Nobody stops the bus," and it just never. It always kind of stayed right there on the edge, and then once I got to Pittsburgh, it became a big thing.
Speaking about big things, Super Bowls are big things. Tell us about your experience with that.
Well, I thought that going to Pittsburgh, uh, I was going to win multiple championships, and I thought we had teams that were good enough. But as it turns out, we struggled, and we made it to the playoffs every year, but we weren't able to win it all until my final year, and we were able to uh, pretty much shock everyone and become really the first six seed to go all the way and win a championship. So in my 13th season in my hometown of Detroit, uh, I was able to win a championship, and that's a rare accomplishment because how many times does a player get a chance to win the Super Bowl in his hometown and retire on the spot? So it was a really big moment for me.
It was a glorious moment for all of your fans. Now, the Steelers, I mean, that's a big team. They're I think that all the different teams have personalities. Would you agree? And the Steelers are known for being like, whoa, they're kind of like the tough team, like the Dallas Cowboys, they were known because they had great cheerleaders and they were a great team and they had a great dynasty, right? And, the Cardinals, as I told you, they left us and then we got the Rams because I grew up in St. Louis. But growing up, were you excited when you found out that you were gonna get to play for some of those great teams?
It's funny you say that because as a kid, I wasn't a huge football fan, but I was a Dallas Cowboy fan. So going to Pittsburgh, it was like going to the enemy. Right? And so, and the one player that I hated more than anybody was Franco Harris. And who was the first person to really befriend me when I got to Pittsburgh? Franco Harris. And he has become a great person, great man. So it was, it had to happen that way. But now I am full fledged a Pittsburgh Steelers fan through and through. I think it's a great organization, great family that runs the team, and they do it the right way. And they take care of the players and make sure that it's players first. So it's a great organization. I know it's a storied organization, and when you hear the Pittsburgh Steelers, you think toughness and physicality, but it was tough all the way through the organization. So that's what I'm proud to have played for the Steelers.
And today we are, raising funds so that we can also help upcoming athletes just get some ice, because you can't play football without a field and you can't play ice hockey without ice.
And the one thing that I try to do is to try to lend myself and whatever celebrity I do have to support um, foundations and the right reason. And this is 100% the right reason, right? And yeah, I never skated on the ice, and well, as a kid, I did a little bit. Growing up in Detroit, hockey was very big, but it's one of those I still want to support because I think we owe it and to pay it forward to give uh, all the kids that we can possibly touch an opportunity, and I think that's what was given to me, and you want to provide that same opportunity for the next kid that he can go out and fulfill his dreams. And I was fortunate to be able to fulfill my dreams and stand on the podium as a Super Bowl champion. And what you want is you want that kid to have that opportunity if that's his dream. And it may be his opportunity to get to college. And we don't know, but what we do know is we've got to help, we've got to do our part. And so coming here, supporting with the thought that we're going to, raise funds for kids to get the ice time that they need and actually get a facility where they can actually, get on the ice. So that makes it all the worthwhile because once you know that that's available to the kids, then you're going to see 30, 40, 50 years from now, you'll see the benefits that that ice provided.
I have a question for you that just came to me. Do you ever go back to Detroit to your high school field and just kind of walk on the grass just to kind of get grounded?
Well, unfortunately, they tore my high school down, so that was a sad day for.
Sad day.
It's one of those. I go back to Detroit all the time because that's the essence of who I am, and so I go back and my family's still there, so I get a chance to spend time in Detroit because it's always going to be a special place for me. It's where I grew up. It's where I had the pinnacle of achievement in terms of my NFL career, winning the championship. So Detroit means an awful lot to me.
You're just such a nice person. And when you were able to go to Notre Dame, who were some of the people that helped you along the way, Jerome? Do you have like key people that said, "Wow, I see talent in him. This is going to happen." I see. Like, were there like
Well,
moments?
there was, obviously the head coach Lou Holtz. He was the dictator, if you will, but he was also a very good developer of talent, but also of men. And his expectations of you uh, force you to grow up early and to have that discipline that you needed to have and the work ethic that you have to live by. And so he created and kind of grounded me, gave me all of those key necessary components that I needed for the next level. So I would have to, think about that Notre Dame time. He was definitely the key person that helped me evolve and become the person that I ultimately became.
It's awfully nice that you're here so that other people can have that afforded to them. So thank you very much for joining us. I could sit and visit with you for a long time. We even said, I'm like, I'm from St. Louis. And, so thank you. Thank you for all that you've done in your journey as a leader so far. And have a great day today. Are you ready to golf? This is
I'm
like your
ready.
fifth
I'm
time at
ready.
this event, right?
Yes, I'm
All
ready
right.
to
So
have a
is there
great
a
time.
hole that you love the best at Sabonic?
Oh man, the whole course is just unbelievably great. So I'm excited to be out and playing with some good people.
There you go. It's the Legends Tournament today, the Invitational. So stay tuned. We've been living it up right here.